Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time now since this product released back in January, I believe. I'm going to be showing you how I use my Blendiful by Tati Beauty. Of course, this is Tati Westbrook's brand, her second launch from her beauty brand. I have a couple of things to say about this product and I'm going to show you how I use it and my thoughts overall on the product. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you want to know how to use it and create a look like this one, which is basically my everyday look that takes about 15 minutes and pretty much no other brushes, then stay tuned. And really quick before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's get started with this Blendiful 101 guide. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm gonna go over are my first impressions of the product. I believe from what I can remember, the product was first announced on Instagram, I believe. It didn't really grab my attention then until I saw her actual tutorial and demonstration on YouTube. That's when she sold me on it and I purchased it. And of course, that's when I learned kind of like the 101 on how to use it. So I bought it, and I will say that there is a learning curve to this product. You have to get used to it, especially if you're someone like me that's always used a sponge to apply your makeup and never owned a puff before. The other thing I wanted to go over was the cleaning part of the Blendiful, because that's where I ran into a small problem, a small hiccup, if you will. Because in her video, she said that we could wash it in the washer in a lingerie bag or by hand, gently, of course. So I decided to wash it by hand because I wanted to be careful, and I don't know, I just felt nervous about throwing it in the washer, but it still because I use it with liquid foundation, what I was doing is scrubbing it against itself to get rid of all of that foundation, and it just tore. I was so sad. So because in her video she said to email customer service if something happened, I did, and they asked me to send pictures of the damage, so I did, and they sent me a one-time replacement really quickly too, in like the same week. And because I felt kind of bad just to throw away the one that was ripped, I just sewed it back together, and this is how it looks like now, and it's like brand new again. The shape's kind of funky, but it still works just fine. And there have been no incidents since, and I'm still cleaning it by hand. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through this look. This is how I've been getting ready lately, especially when I have to hop on a Zoom call really quick and I don't have a lot of time. This takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to finish, and it's pretty much all using the Blendiful. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prime. I am using the Touch and Soul No Problem Prime Essence, and I know Tati said you could prime with the Blendiful, but I just choose not to, but just so you know that you can if you want to. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer before foundation. I am using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. And the reason I'm doing concealer first is because I want to keep the look as natural as possible. So I use the concealer on the areas where I usually do, under the eyes, forehead, chin, and then while I'm blending, I'm also kind of like dragging it to the areas where I need it, like the sides of the nose and the nose itself. And as you saw, I just take the Blendiful, fold it up like a taco, and just blend by doing mini taps with it. You can drag the product to wherever else you want it, and then to blend you just tap 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 away. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of foundation. I am using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, adding a few dots to my cheeks, and with the same corner I blended my concealer. I used that to cover up the rest of my face. And now that our skin is nice and even, I'm gonna go in with a pressed powder. I am using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder, which I absolutely love. And I am using a dense brush like this one. And the reason I am going in with a brush instead of the Blendiful, I feel like the Blendiful is better to bake with. And for this look, I just want a light layer of powder, nothing too heavy. Now for bronzing, I am going in with the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Shade and Define Contour Palette, which as you can see has been used and abused. It's been loved. And something that I learned you could do with the Blendiful after I bought it was that you can actually just take it and dunk it directly into your bronzer pan and use it that way. The only thing to keep in mind is that you have to flip it over. So what I do basically is you just use one side of our creams, so my foundation and my concealer, then you flip it over and use the other side for my powders and just use each corner of the Blendiful for different things. So one corner for bronzer, one for blush, and then the third for highlight. So as you can see, I just dunked the puff into my bronzer and bronzed as usual. And by the way, shout out to this bronzing palette. I love this palette so much. And then I also take that same bronzer corner of the puff to contour my nose. Just kind of pinch the puff and add a little bit to the sides of the nose. Of course, this isn't doing an expert level kind of nose contour, but it's more of adding some color to the nose so that your complexion isn't just one flat color. And I also drag some of that color into my neck just to match the neck to the face. Now I'm gonna show you how I use the Blendiful to do my eyeshadow, a little bit of eyeshadow. I take that same bronzer corner of my puff, pinch it in real good, tap it a little bit into the darkest color of my bronzing palette, place it on the outer corner of my lids and blend. And if you place too much color like I kind of did, just grab a clean tiny corner of the puff and just wipe it off a little bit and blend without adding any more product. And now we're going to highlight the face using the ABH X Amrezy Highlighter and using the powder side of the puff in the second corner that's clean. Again, we just bend the puff like a taco, dunk it in the pan, grab some product and just highlight as usual and patting it out to blend it. And then you're gonna really pinch the puff, grab some highlighter and use it on the inner corners and brow bones too. Now we're going to go in with blush. I am using the Ciate London Marbled Light Blush in Halo. Once again, using the powder side of our puff with a third clean corner, dunk it in the pan and apply it. Once that is done, I am just filling in my brows a little bit, and of course we can't use our Blendiful for that. I mean, maybe you can, and if you can, more power to you, because I haven't tried that out yet. Then I followed that out with mascara. I am using the Rimmel London Scandal Ice Mascara. Now, of course, if I'm doing my makeup really quick, I don't do false eyelashes, but I just love using fake lashes for filming. I think they look better on camera, so that's the only reason I'm using them. And for the lips, I am using the Milani Cosmetics Amore Matte Lip Creme in the shade Precious. And because I've been leaning more towards glossy lips lately, I topped it off with my Floss lip gloss. And to seal the whole deal, I used the NYX Cosmetics Bear With Me Multitasking Spray and patted it down with my Blendiful again, and that was the finished look. This is how I've been getting ready when I don't have a lot of time, when I don't want to do too much, and this is how I also used to get ready for work. Of course, now I am working from home, so this is what I do before just hopping on a Zoom call for a meeting or something like that. And yeah, that is it for this video. This is how I use my Blendiful to get ready. Let me know what you think of the look, what you think of the product if you have it. I do have to say I kind of don't use the little one too often. I actually just keep this one, the big one, in my makeup bag if I need to do some retouches or just take the shine away. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe. I have so many fun things planned to film in this time that I'm at home, so I'd love to have you guys around for that. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Like I said in my previous video, I am sending all of my well wishes. Stay safe, and if you need an escape, something, you know, just to get your mind off of things, I hope to see you right here on my next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching.